I did it for my sake. I did it for your sake. I just wanted to get a better view of the positives and negatives of the game. It was definitely a tough game because obviously we all hate Dallas, and we wanted that game. But if you listen to the podcast, I wasn't expecting to win this game. I was hoping we'd win this game. But Giants played a lot better than I thought. And I think we're going in the right direction. But I know a lot of you guys are out there just looking at the 0-5 and can't see past that. Let's see if I can convince you otherwise. First of all, let's get into the lists. As usual, we start positive here on Bleedbigblue. And let's start with the list of glory. Number 1 on my list of glory is Darius Slayton. 8 catches, 129 yards. Thank you for being the main offense, the main threat in our receiving game, because it's not Evan Ingram right now. And granted, he did have a good little run, but it was for a run for a tight end. I want to see some catches on his part. But let's talk about Darius Slayton. Thank you for, you're playing as number 1, but let's be realistic. You're probably a number 2. We need to bring in a number 1, a big wide receiver that can take all these double teams and whatnot. You just make them be honest, because you could go over the top. But I like the way you play. It was a great draft pick, especially getting you in the 5th round. But I just want to say welcome to the list of glory. Fackrell is my number 2. You know how excited I got when I saw him pick it off and run it in. He's starting to make plays. This is like 2nd game in a row. Actually, starting to make some, really impactful plays. And I think he's going to get a lot more playing time now that Lorenzo Carter's out for the season. So, hey, I like the way he's playing right now. Hopefully he plays even better. But great play, and obviously that helped huge getting a touchdown from our defense. I want to see more of that, getting some turnovers from this D. So, welcome to the list of glory, Fackrell. Number 3, I didn't want to do it, but I gotta do it. Because obviously he's been Mr. Consistent for us all year long, and he had a great game. Number 3 on my list of glory is Gano. He had 3 field goals of 50 plus. Yes, he is a kicker, but hey, that's great, because honestly, he's the first person to put 3 field goals made of 50 plus in the Super Bowl era. The first time that's happened. So, hey, if you're putting records out there like that, you're going to make the list of glory. And I like when my kicker is consistent. Welcome to the list of glory, Gano. Even though you're a kicker, I'm glad you're on our team. Now, for the list of shame. This hurt me because, honestly, some of these guys I'm expecting it from making mistakes, and kind of sucks that I'm a fan of theirs. Especially number 1. Number 1 on my list of shame is Andrew Thomas. You were a top pick this year, and hey, I understand you had no preseason. And honestly, I expect this kind of stuff, especially the past rushers you've been going against this year. But this past game was a tough game. Yeah, 9 pressures that you allowed on Daniel Jones, on top of you gave up the play, which let Dallas back in this game, where Daniel Jones didn't even know it was coming, and he got strip sacked and turned into a touchdown. So, and that was on you. You played better in the running game. And you've had definitely a tough go with starting this season as far as going against pass rushers. Between like TJ Watt, Bud Dupree, Khalil Mack, Tank Lawrence. I understand you're getting a tough game and you're going to learn. But I still think you're a left tackle of the future. But it was a tough game and we need a better game from you if we're going to win. So shame on you, Andrew Thomas, for making the list of shame. Number 2 on my list of shame is probably most of you guys guy that you blame is Cam Flemming. I was watching the game and there's a couple of plays I'm like, he looked lost. And it really bothered me. He gave up 6 pressures, which if your 2 tackles are giving up 15 pressures a piece in a game, that's not good. I understand Dallas has a very talented front 4, but it's too many. And Cam Flemming is much, I don't have really a problem with you other than I think Matt Peart should be in there because how can Matt Peart play a whole lot worse? And I'd rather have him learning. If he's going to see if he's our right tackle of the future. If he's not, then hey, we go get one. But I think Matt Peart should be in there. But again, with the offensive line, I understand that you guys haven't had time to gel. It's only week 5. You had 1 week over preseason. But we need better play from our tackles, and so shame on you, Cam Flemming, for making the list of shame. Number 3 on my list of shame, it's only because I expect more out of him. Daniel Jones. 222 yards passing.
Shame.
It's okay. But it is literally the worst defense in the league. So, I understand we don't have the greatest weapons in the world, or maybe not the greatest offensive play calls in the world. You guys did have a rhythm in that, especially in the first drive. I don't know why you couldn't keep it up. And the running game's starting to come around. So I expect more from you, Daniel Jones. And I really want it to be, if we do have a top 5 pick at the end of the year, I don't want to be considering we have to replace the quarterback. I just want to improve on this team because I know this team is young, but we definitely have some good core parts. And the fumble, I don't even blame on you, Daniel Jones, but you did fumble. I want to see 1 game with no turnovers. Hey, you know what? Maybe throw for 300, or you know what? At least a couple passing touchdowns. That's all I'm asking. I saw a better play from you last year. I want to see that play now. So shame on you, Daniel Jones, for making the list of shame. And as far as I have a little dishonorable mention. Nick Gates, you need to play better at center. I know you're new at it, but you need to play better. And if you play better, it will help the rest of the line because you're the one that's supposed to be calling, packages out at center. But that's my list, guys. I would love to hear what your thoughts were. Give me let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what your list would be. What changes you would make. But I'm honestly thinking we're going in the right direction. We are improving, guys. As much as you think we are, this Washington team is going to be a big test. And I love for Andrew Thomas to show me what he's got against Chase Young, so we could shut up some of the people that are mad that we won a game last year and didn't get to draft Chase Young. But I'll still keep bleeding big blue. Always.